Greetings, YouTube. As I've stated in the past, the movie Smoking Aces is quite possibly my favorite action film, even though I realize that there are people who don't want to like it and disagree with my assessment. That's okay, it's my opinion. It can't really be wrong. But I do enjoy other action films, and one of the ones that is a lesser-known film that a lot of people haven't seen and that I still thoroughly enjoy is The Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson. Now, I admit, this is not a perfect film. It has some continuity issues. Some of the story elements are a smidge on the strange side, but I still thoroughly enjoy it. The storyline revolves around a woman who has been an amnesiac for 8 years. She has an 8-year-old daughter. She has no idea who the father is or how she ended up being found on a beach one day with a bullet wound in her. A car accident triggers memories, the traumatic events of the pain and the accident itself begin to have her remember who she is. And you discover that she is in fact a paid government assassin. And there are people who would really like her to remain obscure or, better yet, dead. And that is the point of this whole film. Her rediscovery, her rebirth, and in many ways, her redemption, which is one of the reasons I like this movie so much. When she's initially injured at the beginning of the film, and the car accident she's in, she wakes up, she's thrown from a vehicle, she wakes up in the snow, she stands up, she's covered in blood, and in front of her is a deer, and the deer is the reason she had the accident. The deer is lying there, partially paralyzed, feebly attempting to get up. It's obviously mortally wounded, but it's not dead. She walks towards the deer. She walks through a stream towards the deer. And the first thing she does, after having woken up to some degree as her true personality, is kill the deer. It's a mercy killing, but it's death. So that image, the blood moving through the water and death, that rebirth as a killer, I thought was really well done. I thought it was particularly enjoyable to me visually and as a person that appreciates good writing. Now, I really enjoy the dialogue in this movie. There's quite a bit of dialogue, which is very good. Some of it is probably a bit too well written, kind of like there's the Pulp Fiction has that going for it too as well. You know, it sounds too good. And this is probably one of my two favorite roles for Samuel L. Jackson, the other being Unbreakable with Bruce Willis. Because in both films, he is an actor, a talented actor, playing interesting characters. Because I think a lot of films after this, Samuel L. Jackson plays Samuel L. Jackson in a different movie. He's not becoming a new character. He's just playing himself, who is cool, on screen, being cool. Now, that's all well and good. It is. But it's not acting. It's just being cool at Samuel L. Jackson. And admittedly, not all of us can do that, and he is fun to watch. But in this, he plays a loser. He isn't even a lovable loser. He's an ass. And it is also about his redemption. And again, I love redemption stories. It's kind of the driving force through my entire life as a person that suffers from depression and came out of an abusive household. Redemption is an important theme to me. And both of these characters are all about that. They become together more functional people by the end of the film. It also has some stupendously overblown action. There are fight scenes and combat scenes that are just absurd, but fun to watch. The director, Renny Harlin, really kind of pushes it over the top. Not quite Michael Bay levels, but over the top. And he used to be married to Gina Davis, which probably explains why she was cast in this role. But come on, man. She's hot. Has always been and will always be. And I think she was perfect for this role. If this film were made today, it would be Angelina Jolie in this role. If you ever go and get a chance, go check out Gina Davis's IMDb page over on the International Movie Database, because she turned down so many roles that became iconic. She turned down Princess Leia. That's funny. But this is a fun film. I really enjoyed it. If you get a chance to get a copy and you haven't seen it, do so. There's no commentary on this, sadly, but it was in widescreen, so that was nice. But I love this film. It's a lot of fun, and I'm glad I picked up a copy this weekend.